And one, we are back on your screens with an edition of Hurricane Hunt. I'm meteorologist Joe Martucci. Join with me, my weather brother, Sean Sublette. Sean, it has been a while, my friend.
It has. We've been very fortunate. The tropics have been relatively quiet, at least with respect to the United States. But we do have a relatively new hurricane to talk about that was upgraded earlier on this morning. That one
That
being Tammy.
that is true. But I do want to say real quickly, we did not do a hurricane hunt for your namesake.
Right.
Out of respect for Sean, we decided to skip Sean. Actually, more of what it was is Sean didn't really do anything.
Sean was very pathetic. It's kind of emblematic of my life. He just goes out
No.
there, wanders around the ocean, doesn't bother anybody, and then just goes away. Story of my life.
We'll talk about that later. All right, so let's get into our headlines here. So, Hurricane Tammy nearing the
Right.
Caribbean, going to impact the Lesser Antilles. Now, Sean is a Lesser Antilles expert, and he put all of these islands here, Martinique to Montserrat. Did I say that right, Sean?
Montserrat, that's a volcanic island. Well, they're all volcanic islands, but
Yes.
that one more recently has been active. But Dominica, Guadeloupe, that small island chain on
Yes.
the far eastern parts of the Caribbean Sea. Well, what
Yes.
are the Greater Antilles? Those are the bigger islands like Cuba, Puerto Rico. Those are bigger islands. So we talk about those small islands on the eastern side of the Caribbean Sea. Those are the Lesser Antilles. But
Yes.
fortunately, no threat to the United States, right, Joe?
That is correct. That is correct. And Sean, take us into our satellite. What are we looking at right
Yeah,
now?
look down there near Barbados. That is the circulation that is Hurricane Tammy, and it doesn't have that classical eye feature to it. It's there, but it's not particularly well defined. As a result, the top winds are at the lower end of the hurricane status, running at 75 miles an hour, and the forward speed continues to the west by northwest at 7 miles an hour. That's why we are going to see a threat to the Lesser Antilles over this weekend. Here's the track that's going to take us through the first part of next week. You can see it kind of grazes the islands there before turning more to the north. It will likely miss at least a direct impact on both the U.S. and the U.K. Virgin Islands. Certainly stay eastward from Puerto Rico before heading back up into the North Atlantic. And it will ultimately start to lose its tropical characteristics, we think, Monday, Tuesday, or certainly by Wednesday of next week, because the water just ain't as warm as it used to be, right, Joe?
No, it's not. If you dip your toes in the water in New Jersey, like I have, it starts to shiver you again. We are looking right now at all the water temperatures that are above 80 degrees. And you see it's just getting to Bermuda, but really just getting there. So, to Sean's point, by the time we get to Wednesday, yes, it's still hurricane strength with the winds, but it's going to be losing its tropical characteristics very quickly after that as it continues to move to the north and east. Now, Sean, we look at our hurricane climatology. I remember us climbing up, and climbing up, and now we are dropping in a hurry.
Yeah, we are getting down toward the back end of the season in a big hurry. Today being the 20th of October, and after that, the activity climatologically backs off even more rapidly. So it is unusual, but not unprecedented to have hurricanes in the very end of October and into November, as you well know there in New Jersey. But the threat really begins to wind down pretty quickly as we get into the month of November. And again, the official hurricane season ends at the end of November. So Tammy isn't going to pose any threat at all to the continental United States, but if you got interests down in the Caribbean, is something to check on here periodically over the next couple of days. So wrap us up and take us home for the weekend, Joe.
Yeah, I mean, you pretty much said it. I mean, Tammy's nearing the Caribbean. The northern part of the Lesser Antilles will be impacted. We do have tropical storm alerts out for some of these
Mhm.
islands here, like Martinique, but no threat to the U.S. and not even really any swells. Sometimes these storms stay offshore, but we get the swells and the rip currents. This is going to be so far away from us, we're not going to notice anything.
Let you and me talk about football for a minute. Is Rutgers playing this week?
They are. They are playing Indiana at noon, trying to go for bowl eligibility, Sean. And Penn
Are they
State has the
home? Are
game of
they
the
home or
year.
are they away?
They are in Indiana.
Okay, so yes, because yes, us we Penn Staters have a very big game in Columbus on Saturday. We will find out what we're made of when we go out and play Ohio State. So fingers crossed for all my Penn Staters for that game. We'll see how that one goes.
I do want to say I am making my inaugural visit to State College in November. So if anybody's listening to this and you know State College, give me some tips. Never been there. Sean's going to give me some tips, I'm sure.
Oh
Um,
yeah. Oh
but
yeah.
my first
You're gonna
time,
get some creamery ice cream while you're there, right?
I've heard about this.
And if you have time and can get in the line on Sunday morning, go to the waffle shop for breakfast, because it's the bomb, as us alumni like to say.
Got it. I will make sure that the people I'm with are aware of both of these. So thank
We
you,
will
Sean.
not steer you wrong. We historically do very well for our guests. We historically, unless Michigan, because Michigan.
Nobody cares. Right. All right. Well, for Sean Sublette, I'm Joe Martucci. Thanks for watching this edition of Hurricane Hunt, everybody. We'll be back with you when we need to talk about the tropics.